What's up, you guys? Joker back. Today we're gonna take a look at the LSHZ-2DTM. Yes, that's the long name. VULCAN helmet, also known as the Vulcan. This is a Russian helmet, and it's pretty new to the market from what I can see. It's not like 1 year old, but it's relatively new in comparison to other classic models that you have seen in military and police and FSBUs. This one is probably the most recognizable, especially with this helmet cover, from Battlefield 4, which is also the reason why I bought this helmet, since, like I've said in previous videos, I'm doing a Battlefield 4 cosplay based on the Russian forces. But today I thought we were going to take a little look at the helmet, and this is going to be kind of a review. I'm going to let you guys know what I think, and what I like and what I don't like about it. So let's start with the helmet itself. The helmet itself comes from grayshop.ru. I bought it from the Russian store Grayshop. But as far as I can tell, it's manufactured by the Replica company Gearcraft. Now, I have another helmet that is made from Gearcraft, and it is very, very nice quality. But compared to this one, the quality on this helmet is pretty poor. Now, why the quality is poor is, well, mainly, we're gonna take a little look here, is because the straps, to start with, feel very cheap and plastic. I don't get the sense that it's reliable or durable when it comes to this. And the buckles, I don't know, they feel kind of cheap too. Not very impressed with them. I think I've seen better straps on other helmets, especially the other helmet I have in comparison with this one. And the helmet itself is not too heavy. It's not like probably Altin or the other ones with the big metal titanium visors. But it's not too light either, so it's a good balance. But when we come to the quality here on the side, this is not wear and tear here. This hasn't been worn and torn by me. This was actually the way I received it. So you can see it's kind of flaking off here, plastic and metal paint. That's not very impressive if you ask me. And this helmet has quite a hefty price on it. So I would definitely expect a much better quality when you pay that kind of money you do. Now, of course, the visor is retractable, and you can pull it down and pull it up. But you can see it's also a bit loose here, which I think is sad. But you can also take it off, which I will. I'll present it later. Now, this helmet has a helmet cover, which I also bought, or well, I made a deal with them, so I wanted this one included because this is exactly more or less the one I need for the cosplay, because the soldiers in Battlefield 4 have OD green helmet cover for the helmet, and they don't have the visors. So I'm gonna show you how that looks in a while. But yeah, so to say, first impression is I wasn't very impressed with this, unfortunately, and I believe there are better replicas out there, or maybe this is the only one. I'm not sure. As far as I've seen, this is the only one you can get that is a replica. Otherwise, of course, you can waste a lot of money on buying a real one, but of course you probably get more what you pay for when you buy a real one. But let's take off the visor and take a look at it. So to take off the visor, you put up the visor at its highest point, and then you pull out this kind of security tension here, and you kind of have to wiggle it off. You can see it's coming off there, and it's off. Now let's talk a little bit about the visor. As you can see, it's pretty thick. Of course, it's fiberglass, what I read in the description. And I don't know, this is probably because there's a little space in here, but I don't think you can see it. But if I'm looking behind it, there's a lot of dust, sand corns and grain and a little dirt caught in between, which makes it look a lot less nice. It's kind of dirty. I think you could probably loose these screws up here and kind of clean it off, but I don't want to do that because I'm not sure if I could put it back, how it will affect or whatever. So I'm just leaving it as it is because I'm not using the visor for now, and I probably won't be using it a lot either in future. So, but yeah, you can see. Now of course it's all smudged up with my fingerprints, I'm sorry. If you can see here, you can see that kind of the paint is flaking off. Of course that's understandable, since it's gonna be wear and tear up and down. You're gonna eventually tear out some of the paint here. But I don't know, if you take a closer look here, you can see that it's, I don't know, it's flaking off. You can actually scrape some of this off. This looks like it's some kind of tape and plastic here. I think it's quite sad that it's not that impressive quality. I would expect that for the price. Now here we go. Here's the helmet. Now what's pretty cool about this helmet is that it has rails here for mounting flashlights. But what's perfect is if you're going to use this in Airsoft, you could probably mount a camera like a contour, which is a pretty smart idea since you're going to be wanting to capture some footage when you're playing. Of course, it's not going to work that well if you have the visor on with anything or whatever, so I would probably just use this when you're not using the visor. Also about the helmet cover is that it has Velcro, so if you want, you could cover this up here. Pretty smart. And you can do the same thing here. To kind of, I don't know, get a more camouflaged look, and also just, you know, protect the ledges where you hook up the visor. You can see there's also Velcro points here and here. This is, I think it looks scarcely placed, but it is that you actually pull up the hatches and put them up, so they have to be attached somewhere. Now you can see there's a big hatch here in the front. Now what's that for? Well, of course it is for the NVG mount. This helmet has an NVG mount, so you can place optics or whatever, and you could just put this here if you're using it, and I think it looks pretty nice. But let's take a quick look at the helmet without the cover, so you can get a perspective of that too. Here you see the helmet. It's also made in some kind of fiberglass composite, so it's not metal. It has metal parts like the NVG mount and the mounts here for the visor. Other than that, I would say that it's more or less fiberglass composite. What was bad about this purchase though is that I paid a lot of money for it, but I think that one of the bad things was that when I bought it from Gray Shop is that they didn't have any kind of size specification, and when I talked to other people, they told me that there is size options based on the size of your head, and there was no size options on Gray Shop, which I think is kind of stupid, because when I actually tried this helmet, it sits very loose, and I've had to make some custom modifications to actually make this helmet sit a little better. which is that I took out the inner foam which comes along in the helmet. You can see it has some kind of cover here, and I've actually cut out and put some custom foam in here to make it sit a little better, and it actually worked a little bit. But of course there is also the question of that the buckles and the tension when you strap it to the fullest, it's not really that good. So unfortunately it's quite a wobbly helmet when it's on your head. It kind of wobbles, especially around the back. If you tilt your head, it kind of wobbles. But all in all, I think this is a quite unique helmet. It's quite impressive, and if you're looking for something to do, for example, a Battlefield cosplay, this is the one you need. But I can't really say that I would recommend paying a lot of money for it as it is, because the quality is not that impressive when it comes to the helmet itself. Like I said, the straps here, it feels very low quality, like they can snap or break off at any time. Or the visor itself, because it's pretty wobbly and you have to kind of push it to the left before you can push it down or up, so I'm not really impressed by that. But this was a quick video just to show you the helmet itself. You can buy it on a lot of places, but of course I bought it from Grey Shop, so I'm gonna link the helmet in the description, so if you want to buy it or take a look at it, there you go. If you have any questions, let me know what you guys think. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and of course, like I said, leave a comment in the comment section. And until next time, take care and Joker out.